Hey everyone, today I'm diving into a topic that's both intriguing and, let's face it, a bit mysterious: the world of masculinity and its magnetic pull on women. I've got 5 killer tips to share, but before we jump in, let's chat about why this matters. First off, I get it. Nobody likes the idea of playing mind games or pretending to be someone they're not. That's why this video is perfect for those of you who feel that way. It's not about changing who you are, it's about shining a spotlight on those masculine traits that women are naturally drawn to. And here's the thing, despite what some corners of the media might have you believe, being masculine isn't a bad word. It's not about being the tough guy in the room or the alpha male picking fights. That's old school thinking. What I've realized is that true masculinity is way deeper than that, and that's what we're going to explore together. So, let's kick things off with our first secret: emotional autonomy. Sounds fancy, right? But it's pretty straightforward. Emotional autonomy is all about being your own boss, emotionally speaking. It's the art of steering your feelings instead of letting them steer you, especially around women you're into. Picture this: a guy's got his life together, big dreams, great career, but then he meets a woman, and suddenly he's like a boat in a storm, tossed around by his emotions. She doesn't text back, and he's in panic mode. She disagrees with him, and he's visibly upset. See the problem? That's handing over the emotional steering wheel to someone else. Being truly masculine means you keep a cool head, even when your heart's racing. It's not about being emotionless or distant. It's about not letting those butterflies in your stomach hijack the driver's seat. Keep your emotions in check, and you're not just being masculine, you're being smart. So, that's the first big secret: emotional control. It's like having a superpower in the world of dating. Let's dive into our second secret. But first, a quick reality check. Ever been around someone who lets a bad day at work ruin their entire evening? You know, those mopey, snappy vibes? That's what we're trying to avoid, especially when it comes to interactions with women. The trick? Master your emotions. Don't let them master you. It's all about steering your own ship, no matter the emotional waves. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A lot of guys think their self-esteem is at the mercy of how a woman treats them. Got turned down? Self-esteem takes a hit. She chooses someone else? There goes your confidence. But here's the masculine secret. Your self-esteem shouldn't be tied to someone else's actions. You're the captain of your own self-worth ship. And about fear, yes, even the most confident guys feel it. See that guy casually striking up a conversation with a stunning woman? He's not fearless, he's just not letting fear call the shots. Acting despite fear? That's masculinity in its prime. Let's talk boundaries. Say you have a strong value, like not being glued to your phone on a date. You're out with a woman and she's texting away. Do you let it slide because you like her? Nope. A masculine man gently, but firmly, sets the boundary. It's not about being harsh. It's about respecting your values, regardless of those fluttery feelings. Emotional autonomy is super attractive because it makes you a challenge, a puzzle she wants to solve. It's not about being cold. It's about being in control. Now, let's segue into the next aspect of masculinity: being non-reactive. Ever noticed how some women can be whirlwinds of emotion? They might say something off the cuff, maybe even a little confusing. As a man, your role isn't to get swept up in that storm. It's about being the rock, the steady force. Here's a classic scenario. A woman labels all accountants as boring, and you happen to be one. Do you get defensive? Nope. You smile, you nod, and let it roll off your back. That's non-reactivity. It's not about ignoring emotions, it's about not letting them control you. This is crucial even in relationships. It took me a while to get this, but being non-reactive grounds her, stabilizes the dynamic. You become the calm in her emotional storm. That's the essence of masculine energy, not the drama of a soap opera, but the steadiness of a lighthouse in a raging sea. So, emotional autonomy and non-reactivity, these are key to your masculine appeal. Team, let's jump into the next part of our masculinity masterclass. We're talking about how to stay steady as a rock in the face of emotional waves. Imagine your partner throws a curveball at you saying, "You never say you love me." The knee-jerk reaction? "What do you mean? I tell you all the time." But hold up, that's just playing into the drama. Instead, why not keep it cool and say, "Come here, you know I adore you, right?" This calm, sturdy response is like catnip to women. It shows you're unshakable, whether it's a minor disagreement or a jealousy test. Remember, the goal isn't to be emotionless, it's about not letting those emotions toss you around like a leaf in the wind. Now, let's talk about the golden combo of desire and respect. It's like the secret sauce of masculinity. Some guys get it wrong, thinking it's all about desire with no respect, a big no-no. Then there are those who respect so much they forget to show they're interested. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Picture this. You're on a date. Things are going great, and you think about inviting her back to your place. That's showing desire, and it's a good thing. But what if she says it's too soon? No sweat. You respect her boundary with a smile and say, "Totally get it. Let's catch up next time." That, my friends, is the dance of desire and respect. It's a bit like walking a tightrope. You want to express your interest, like telling her she looks amazing, but also be tuned into her comfort level. If she seems uneasy, you ease off. It's not about suppressing your feelings. It's about expressing them in a way that respects her feelings. So, wrapping it up, being a masculine man in today's world isn't about being the loudest or the toughest in the room. It's about being emotionally steady, showing your interest, and respecting boundaries. Nail this, and you're not just attractive, you're irresistible. Folks, let's cruise into the fourth secret of masculinity. Now, onto the meaty part, de-idolization of women. Big word, right? But it's pretty simple. Think back to when you were a kid. Remember how you put your parents on a pedestal? You'd do anything for their approval. As we grow up, especially during those awkward teen years, this idolization often shifts from parents to women. Suddenly, it's all about winning their approval, and that can lead you to act differently, not really being yourself. We've all seen it, that buddy who's one person with the guys and a totally different character around women. It's like they put women on this pedestal, treating them like these otherworldly beings. But here's the secret. Being masculine means seeing women as they really are, just people. They have insecurities, problems, and fears, just like everyone else. I learned this firsthand working in restaurants, surrounded by waitresses. Talking and hanging out with them made me realize they're just like us, with their own struggles and insecurities. When you start treating women as equals, as just another person, that's a big step in masculine maturity. It shows you get it. We're all just people, no pedestals needed. And this ties back to our previous point about desire and respect. It's important to understand that women, just like men, have desires too. The key is to not put them on this angelic pedestal where you think they're above all that. A mature, masculine man knows sex isn't a big deal. It's a natural, healthy part of life. When you meet a woman, it's about seeing her as a whole person, not just as a sexual being or an unattainable goddess. So, that's the fourth secret: de-idolizing women and treating them as equals. It's about ditching those old school notions and stepping into a more authentic, balanced way of interacting. Moving on to the fifth secret of masculinity, it's all about being in control. Now, let's clarify. This isn't about controlling the person you're with. It's about taking charge of the situation to make it as comfortable and enjoyable for both of you as possible. Imagine you're out on a date at a restaurant. She needs a drink refill. You don't wait for the waiter to notice. You take the initiative. That's control. Or say you're at a crowded spot and it's not really vibing. Instead of dilly-dallying with "do you like this place?" just suggest a better spot. That's you steering the ship. Control also means recognizing when to escalate things, like taking her hand to lead her through a bar or going for that first kiss. It's not about being pushy, it's about confidently guiding the flow of the interaction. Think of it like being the captain of a ship. You're responsible for the journey, where it goes and how smooth it is. But remember, a good captain also listens to his crew. It's about striking that balance between leading and being attentive to her needs and boundaries. And hey, this doesn't mean you're putting her on a pedestal or becoming a yes man. It's about embracing the masculine role of a leader and decision maker. It's those little moments of stepping up, making decisions, and creating a pleasant experience that really count. So, there you have it, the 5 masculine secrets that make you irresistible to women. It's about emotional autonomy, being non-reactive, balancing desire and respect, de-idolizing women, and taking control. Nail these, and you're not just a man, you're the man. And now, the grand finale, wrapping up our journey through the masculine secrets. First, a quick recap. We've talked about emotional autonomy. That's about sticking to your values and boundaries, no matter the whirlwind of emotions a woman might stir in you. Remember, it's about holding your ground, not getting swayed by fear of losing someone's approval. Next up, we dived into being non-reactive. In the dance of masculinity and femininity, femininity is often a whirlpool of emotions. Your role? Don't get sucked in. Keep your cool, whether she's playfully saying she won't go home with you tonight or any other curveball. Just smile and stay the course. That's the strong, masculine vibe. Then, we touched on the balance of desire and respect. It's a tightrope walk, too much desire without respect, and you're the creepy guy. All respect and no desire? Welcome to the friend zone. The trick is blending the two to be genuinely attractive. After that, we talked about de-idolizing women. It's about breaking that habit of seeking approval, like we did with our parents, and seeing women as equals, not as goddesses on pedestals. And control, this is about steering the ship of your interactions. If the date's tanking or the venue's a snooze, you're the one to say, "Hey, let's shift gears." And yes, when the moment's right, you lean in for that kiss. It's all about proactive leadership. So, there you have it, the full spectrum of masculine secrets that make you irresistibly attractive, not just on the surface, but deep down where it really counts. Remember, it's about being true to yourself and understanding these dynamics. Thanks for joining me on this journey.